Right, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. Had a little bit of a Christmas break, Christmas and New Year break. Just got a neutral then. Haven't been out on the bike that much. It's been exceedingly cold and didn't fancy it. Had a few other issues going on as well, but anyway, it's great to be back. It's a nice dry day and I'm just popping up the calf again. I want to talk to you today about a certain famous rock band, a couple of bikes that have come to my attention over the past couple of weeks, and first of all, just a very big thank you to all my new subscribers. Yes, I did a video before Christmas mentioning about trying to get my subscribers up a little bit, as I was stuck at around 400 and I think it was 460 odd. And no sooner had I done that than over the Christmas period things went absolutely crazy, and as we stand now, I think I've got around 640, so about 200 extra people have joined, which is wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me, I really appreciate it. It's weird how it suddenly jumps like that for no apparent reason, isn't it? I'm trying to work out why that might have been, but I've got no idea. But welcome along if you've just joined us. Yeah, it's pretty cold today, and it's supposed to be as low as 0 degrees today, so but hopefully at the moment it's a little bit above that. I think it's about 4, something like that. It's nippy though. About the CL, as you can see, just on 2,691 miles at the moment on it, so we're getting through a few miles on it now. It's loosened up nicely. But over the Christmas period, a couple of bikes has come to my attention. One that's only just been introduced, and another one that was brought out a couple of months ago actually, but I didn't sort of take much notice of. But I've taken notice of it now. I'll just mention them before I get to the rock band I'm going to talk about. Oh, we've got some ice here. Yeah, I've got my winter gloves on today, by the way. I don't usually use these because I don't think they give me enough feel. I'd like to have a lot of feel, but it's about time I got used to them. It's too cold to have summer gloves on, so I've got them on today and I'm alright. Anyway, bikes, let's get back to the point. Yes, the new Triumph 660 Daytona, it's been causing quite a stir in the press. A lot of people moaning about it. The main thing is that it's called a Daytona because it's based on the Triumph Trident, which is sort of a budget mid-range bike. I think most people are missing the point. It is supposed to be the new Daytona is supposed to be a budget bike, and I think personally it's going to sell really, really well. I really like it. I'll put a picture of it up. I think it looks good. It's sensibly priced, and the reason I'm sort of a little bit drawn to it is that they've just watch this guy here. First of all, it's not too tall, and secondly, they've got a low seat option which brings it down to well within my inside leg measurement, so that's very interesting. I can't wait to throw a leg over it. I think it will sell really well. People who think the Daytona name should be kept for 120 brake horsepower sports bike, and they think it is a bit flat. But Triumph have actually improved the power on the Trident engine. It's 94 brake horsepower, I think, as opposed to 80 when it's in the Trident. I think it's going to be a fantastic seller. I think it looks sharp, looks really good. I think it will sell really well for them. The market is crying out for more budget orientated bikes, in my opinion. It's why Royal Enfield has done so well, and the other manufacturers are having to join in and produce some bikes that are more sensibly priced. There's lots of fantastic bikes out there that are 10,000 UK pounds and above, and but people just don't want bikes like that. You know, I think there's a lot of people who are sick of that sort of thing. Endless technology, prices going through the roof, some bikes costing £20,000 plus. It's just insane. It's more money than people want to spend on a motorcycle, and I think these more budget friendly bikes are what the market needs, and I for one, right behind them. And I think this is little sports 660 is going to be a big seller for Triumph. To me, Honda actually started the whole thing with the when they brought the Hornet out, and the Hornet 750, and they priced it in the UK as low as it was, 6,999, really aggressive pricing, and I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as budget modern bikes are concerned. It really showed the way that that's what people want. They want something that isn't going to lose £5,000 the minute you roll it out of the showroom. They want sensibly priced, sub £10,000 bikes, or at least they have the option of those. So, well done Triumph. I hope it goes well, the new 660. So yeah, I can't wait to actually jump on one of those and hopefully try one out as soon as they're in the showrooms. Now, as you know from probably a previous video, we've just ridden past, I don't like to point it out because I don't think that's fair, but I've just ridden past Robert Plant's house. He owns a farm just over to the right hand side, generally from this road, just back there, and I came across a couple of interesting pictures online actually. This is the first one. I wasn't looking for them, but they got sent to me, and this one is Robert along with John Bonham in the centre and Jimmy Page on what I think Suzuki TS, possibly 125s or 185s from the early 70s. Looks like a 72 sort of era bike to me, and I understand this picture was taken in Australia in the early 70s, around about 72. I thought that was interesting to see those on those bikes. In fact, the one in the middle John Bonham sat on, that's some sort of sand bike, which I would imagine would be we call here in the UK the RV 125, but the other two look like to me a TS 125. I thought that was interesting to see them on that. I don't know whether Page and Plant were actually motorcycle fans. I don't think they were, but I know John Bonham was, and I came across this other picture of John, and this is taken I think just up the road in Hagley, I believe, in either a house he used to own or a friend of his used to own in Hagley, on his BSA chopper. I'm sure people will be able to experts will be able to identify exactly what this is based on, but I believe it's either a 250 or a 500 BSA. It's a little bit before my time. I'm not really no expert on those English bikes. Should be, but it was just a little bit before my time. I'd sort of died a death, that type of bike, when I got into motorcycles. So, but there he is on his chopper, and I think I'm right in saying that's Jason on the back. Jason, of course, who is still drumming to this day himself, became an exceptional drummer and featured on the Celebration Day concert, which I know that my friend Malcolm went to see, and I'm very, very envious of him. We'll see Malcolm in a bit, actually, at the cafe, and he actually went to see that with Jason drumming at that concert. But I'm pretty sure that's Jason on the back. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure it is. And that one's taken in Hagley, just up the road here. Right, we've been on about the Triumph 660 Daytona. Now the other bike that's really taken my eye, as many of you know, I had previous to this on the CL500 Triumph Street Scrambler, and Triumph have now brought out, as no doubt many of you are aware, a 1200, what they call a 1200X. They always had two versions of the 1200 Scrambler, and one was off-road orientated and the other more road orientated. But what they've done with the road one now is lowered it and lowered the spec and made it, basically they've made a 1200 Street Scrambler. That's in effect what it is, the X, and that really, really does interest me. It's a bike that I know I would love. The only downside to it, as I was talking about with the just a few moments ago, it's the price. It's £11,800 basic, and I just think it's too much money. I've no doubt it will sell. I've no doubt it's sort of the correct price for the bike in today's market, but can I justify a 1200 Bonneville that costs almost £12,000? I just think it's too much. But we'll see what happens with that down the line. That could be a bike second hand that I'd buy in future, maybe in the next 12 months, maybe in the next 2 years, who knows. But oh dear, yeah, we've got somebody doing a crazy overtake here. Excellent. But yeah, that could be a bike that I'll be interested in the future, but certainly I wouldn't buy one new. It's too much money. It's almost twice the price of the CL, just to put it in perspective. I know the CL is just a 500, but it's twice the price. Extraordinary. So there we go. I hope you've had a fantastic new year, and I'm sorry I've been away a little bit, but I have been I've had a few issues health-wise, which I won't speak about too much, but I've had to have a few tests and things, and luckily I've had the results back and we're all okay and free of anything nasty. But it did ruin my Christmas a bit, to be fair. The last thing you want is to be waiting on tests, isn't it? But there you go. Luckily it was all hunky-dory, so I'm back. And there's Steve's Sprint ST, which I have done a little test on, if you haven't seen it yet. Look back for that. I did have a little ride on that. Lovely bike, lovely old Triumph that. And there is the CL. Okay, that's all from me. Thanks very, very much. It's good to see you again. It's great to hear from you again, and thanks for all those new subscribers for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.